All right, I've seen this and heard this a lot recently from guys in DMs, conversations with clients, conversations in real life in the gym. But a lot of guys at first they confuse burning calories with being in a calorie deficit. And it's like you can put everything on paper and make sure everything's dialed in and looks good, so it's all structured out great. But if it doesn't play out in real life and it's not going to apply to your lifestyle, then it's not going to work for you. So it's like a lot of guys are like, this works perfect because I'm burning a ton of calories at work. They don't equate for the sauces at work, the drinks at work, all the little things that add up. I think most people, once you get into it, a couple of years, you understand that. I mean, I need a reminder of that every once in a while for sure. I'm like, you gotta check the back of my sauce bottles, make sure there's nothing that's 200 calories per tablespoon. Um, so it's like the little things like that can add up. But if you're burning a ton of calories on the job, it's like it's hard to. I mean, you can wear an Apple Watch, you could wear a Fitbit, you could wear a WAP or whatever, but it's hard to really know how many calories you actually burned. And a lot of people overestimate it. Temperature. What? Poodle. A lot of people. What was I saying? The temperature, like things can play a role in how you feel and how you think you burned, or like how you think the day went. And a lot of times you really didn't burn as many calories as you think. I'll get guys that it's like, okay, they're seemingly burning a lot of calories, so we put them on a good amount of food. Yeah, a little bit. It would be in a surplus for most people their size, but due to the job that they've explained to me or the scenario, then yeah, all right, this makes sense. But after a month or so, you gotta pull it back a little bit. It's like, all right, well, yeah, this person might be walking and moving and doing all kinds of activity at work, but he might have been doing it for 10, 12 years and it's just normal for him. So it's like his metabolism, his body, everything's, that's his baseline. Not your baseline, but that's his baseline. If that kind of makes sense. So people really have a hard time, like, do I track it? Do I eat an extra meal? Do I go on how I feel? And I think that's the hardest part about being a blue collar dude or being somebody with a ton of shit to do each day. You're working 12, 14-hour days trying to fit in meals and fit yourself into the plan. It's like, where do you go? You try this, it doesn't work, or you're estimating, and you're smart and knowledgeable in all other aspects of your life. And this might sting for some people, but it's more on the ego side of things. But you're dialed in all other aspects of everything. My fucking air conditioner starts sounding like a. Anyway, you're dialed in on every other aspect of your life that you really can't quite understand how fitness works until you do it. So it's not that you don't have the knowledge or you're stupid per se, that you're not in a position to do it yet because you haven't followed the right plan and haven't done it enough times. It's not like anything. You gotta do the rule of 100, the rule of 1,000, whatnot. You think you can make calls on the fly or put a meal plan together and just run it and get some progress out of it. But you've never done it before, so it's like you think you're smart enough in other areas because you think you're smart in fitness because you're a genius in all other areas. You get a family, probably get a sports car, you get a business, you can keep going down the list, but you have all these attributes that most people don't have. And so the feeling of, the ego jumps ahead and it's hard to take a step back and be like, okay, maybe I should see how this works or check this system out, check this approach out and go from here. This isn't me trying to sell you anything. This is just what I went through. Because, you got the license in your career. I don't know, some of you guys are electricians, HVAC, plumbers, just whatever. You get your license. But I got my HVAC license. All right, cool. You get the raise. All right, cool. You get the full-time position. All right, cool. You get the good money. All right, cool. You get all the benefits. All right, cool. And it's like you're very competent in what you do because you've put so many hours in it. Your knowledge is there. Your credibility is there. Your authority is there. And you practice what you preach. And it's like, okay, cool. And then the bank account starts to stack. So it's like you leverage as much as you can from the hard work you put into that one vessel, and you think it should translate to other. That's what they say, like, I don't know, business translates to fitness. It's like, yeah, on a work ethic basis, 100%. But those in business as well, you can sell things for 25 cents to 10 people, and you're really only going to make so much money. But if you sold that 25-cent thing for $2 and found a bigger market, instead of 10 people, 200 people, then you can actually survive, and you're pulling the right levers. It's like fitness. You can work hard on the wrong things and go nowhere. It's the funniest thing I hear people talk about, especially like David Goggins and all that. I mean, he's not really a business guy. Some of Alex Ramose's deeper content, you guys could go into that. That's pretty good. He kind of goes in depth on, yeah, I mean, it's about just putting in the hours and working and failing 100 times, but it's about slowly getting better and learning the best vehicle to get from point A to point B. Another analogy you could use is like, I want to go from Massachusetts to California, across the state. Okay, cool. I got a pair of shoes. It's a decent vehicle that'll probably get me there in, I don't know, 15 years. It's like, okay, that's makes no sense whatsoever. So maybe you make some more money, you do something on the side, and you figure out, okay, cool, perfect. I just bought a car. Look at that. Now I can do it in 4 days. I don't know. What is that? It's probably 10 days, 11 days. I don't know. I've never driven across the country, but you get what I'm saying. All right, it's better than walking. Cool. But still gonna take a week. Plus all that driving, all that gas money, all that fast food we're gonna have to eat. Okay, then it's like it'll get us there in a shittier form. Okay, what else can we do? Oh, look at this, a plane ticket. Perfect. We buy a plane ticket, boom, we're there in a day tops. So obviously in that scenario, the best vehicle would be to buy the plane ticket. It's just like the middle ground is kind of the dumbest because you're spending a ton of money and you're wasting the most time. At the bottom, I mean, I guess you could run it, but still, it's like that's the cheapest and longest. So, and a lot of people, they invest into themselves. Yeah, all right, cool. You bought a fucking meal plan. You bought a really good, I don't know, meal prep program that's going to show up every 10 days. Great. It's like you're investing in your quality of food. It's like how many of you are actually investing in your knowledge. You actually have skin in the game. You know, if you want to look like an Olympian, you think they did it just watching YouTube videos and figuring it out on their own? It's like, no, they had dozens of coaches, they had dozens of consultation calls weekly. They've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on just pure education and coaches and learning different things. You go from this coach to that coach to this coach, and then next thing you know, you have all that information compiled. Most people will walk the walk, but won't, or will talk the talk, but won't walk it. So most people can't fathom spending large amounts of money on things that are useful and will help you make more money. So start there. It's like if you have big goals, you got to be willing to risk a lot for those big goals. It's definitely a deeper thought than my surface level answer for that, but Yeah, it definitely is another big reason why people stay stuck and can't quite fully figure fitness out. It's like an ego step in the way. It's like, all right, well, look back when you started your business or you started your career or you started your whatever. It's like you probably went to school or did some sort of education or gave somebody money so you could learn something and then take it into the real world and apply it. It's like it's no different with fitness. It's like you are seeking knowledge, seeking opinions, seeking guidance, and willing to pay for it in whatever format, investment, whatever you're willing to do, different mentorship, different programs. And it's like then those funds are translated to you. Now you know how to do it. And not only could, I'd say, it doesn't have to be me. I got a couple of buddies that are coaches. Like, say you're coaching or you're coached by somebody and he helps you lose 35 pounds and you stayed there, you learned all the systems, it was well worth the money you spent. It's like, cool, not only did you do that for yourself, now you hold that knowledge going forward for the rest of your life. You can tell your sister, you can tell your mother, you can tell your father, you can tell your kids. It's like now you can pass that information down. It's like knowledge. It's like once you learn something, you don't have to learn it again. That's another thing people should really realize. It took me a while to never stop learning. Like always read books. Always, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure you see I post books and stuff all the time. But never stop seeking out knowledge. I think when you stop learning, your mind sits in this like stagnated, stalling, like just comfort state. But when you're reading and you're forced to think of different ideas and, oh, this guy was in this situation and don't do this and do this sales trick and try this power trick and check this confidence thing out. It's like it forces your mind to shape new scenarios and see your future differently. Don't read fiction books. Fiction will always be fiction. It's going to stay fiction. And we all only have a certain amount of time on planet Earth. So I'm spending my time here. It's like, if you guys are still watching this, I don't expect anybody to watch this, but if you're still watching this, one, I appreciate you, but two, I'm spending my time and giving my experiences and things that have helped me and helped my clients, and hopefully in order to shorten the time that it took me, essentially. So if it took me 10 years to do what I've done, hopefully I can explain it and elaborate all my failures and faults and experiences so you guys can shorten your time frame and do that 10 years and say 8, and then maybe you can explain it to somebody and they only have to go through 6 and vice versa. That's the idea of books and people, autobiographies, biographies. I actually don't even know the difference, but whatever the one is, people are writing their life story, basically. It's like that is, I mean, okay, we all only live, 80 years if we're lucky, 75. Hey, you are so needy today. We all only live, 75, 80 years. It's like, okay, cool. We live that time frame, and then we put all of our experiences, knowledge, don't do this, do that, our wisdom per se, on paper, into a book, publish it for the next generation, right? And then the next generation will read that and hopefully learn what not to do, what to do, and get further along than you did in those 80 years because you wrote that book. And then, boom, the next generation does the same thing, so on and so forth. There's a famous quote somewhere that's, if humans lived to 1,000 years or something like that, not only would everybody be rich and successful, everybody would, I don't know quite the way he said it, but like win the game. So like what Albert Einstein was trying to do, figure out if this is like a simulation, all the math and stuff, how everything works, like what's actually going on. That's probably not going to stop. But I guess I'll end it there. If you guys have any questions about any of that, any books, DMs, or any podcasts, things that have helped me, definitely shoot me a DM. I answer all DMs on Instagram. But yeah, if you're watching this, it's Friday, so have a great weekend, morning, evening, night. We will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.